Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Friday. Friday the 13th. Triskaidekaphobia, Derek Anderson. Derek, do you have triskaidekaphobia? Derek, D. Anderson, do you suffer from triskaidekaphobia? I'm talking to Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson. Who? Derek. Derek, so sad or no? You're the opposite. Okay. Derek's got it bad, Pacers. He got it bad. Triskaidekaphilia, Satter goes. Okay. Smarty pants. Okay. Triskaidekaphobia. The fear of number 13. However, Satter Wolf has triskaidekaphilia. The whoa of number 13. Laced up is laced up. Laced up is laced. Great name. Laura, good morning, Divine. Good morning, Divine. Good Divine morning. Derek Anderson, you never answered. Triskaidekaphobia or not? Okay? Which one? Yes or a no? Let's see. Who's here this morning that needs to do? Thank you, Derek. I didn't think you were afraid of anything, let alone a dumb number. Silly number. Okay, what are we doing here this morning? I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for, let's see. It's going to be Vegas. It's going to be Vegas because she has triskaidekaphilia. Vegas, I need you to do a giveaway at around 9:30 today. Okay, Vague? Derek Anderson, that's crazy. I bet you're still not married. So 9:30 Vegas. She's going to be giving away 3.5 gram supplemental pack from Lake Ozark guy, Brian Grega. Okay, thank you, Vague. Right around 9:30, you just do your thing, and then you tell me what your thing was. Okay, and who we're sending something to. And after that, does anybody want to play scale games today? Right before we go away for the weekend? Give me 5 people that would like to play scale games and make sure all 5 of them have pushed the like button. Okay? Scale games. We're going to give these buttons away right here. Some scale games. Get your scale eye on. Okay, there's enough. There's some. Evil's like, I have no idea, but I really like to play. Scale games. We're gonna have fun. Okay, we're gonna give this stuff away right here. Boop, boop, boop. And maybe some more. And we might even have Christmas boxes available for those of you who don't know what to get somebody. We'll talk about that. Let me show you something real quick. This is cool. Okay. Do all the mushrooms? I don't know. They're a lot like reindeers, aren't they? Peter? Good morning, Pete. I think, Peter, they're a lot like mushrooms from what I understand. The reindeers and mushrooms. Reindeers actually like mushrooms. Ask the Amanita muscarias out there. You guys want to see something cute? Give me 5 people that said, Pops, just warm our hearts up with something cute this morning. It's not going to be serious. It's not going to be all philosophical. That comes later. Okay? That comes later. Poppy, show us something cute. Okay? It just, gosh darn it, it's just, let it just be cute. All right? Why not? All the boys are saying something cute, but none of the girls. Girls don't care. They're like, I'm cute. Okay. Do you really, Katie? Katie, you're killing the game out there. You'll have to tell us about that in a little bit. But I want to show you guys something cute. Katie has another book. You guys ready? Okay, I'm going to get you ready. Here we go. Whoops. Here we go. This is just darn cute. Okay, get ready. This is right down Kimberly's alley.
In a dramatic display that's almost Oscar-worthy, a flying squirrel has faked its own death
Oscar-worthy.
and then even staged a crime scene. All right, so in a clip that's gone viral, the rodent knocks over a broom. When it fails to land in a convincing position, the squirrel has a bit of a rethink, a forward roll, so it ends up under the broom. It's pretty convincing for a devastating murder scene. And the squirrel ending up with arms displayed and
Laid out.
a murder weapon across its chest. It was the squirrel in the laundry with the broom.
Oh my God. Really never.
I love that. Let's watch it again. Why not? Here we go. Here we go. No, not good enough. Here it goes again.
Oh.
Maybe I'll just have a little rethink.
You gotta go back. See the crime.
Here we go. Oh, taking me down. And just as a final flourish, here he goes. Oh, yeah. I'm down. Squirrel down. In a dramatic display that's almost Oscar.
Oh. Okay. Now, come on, man. Wait, cancel that stuff right there. What's wrong with my phone? Wait, what was happening? Let me go back. Okay. Give me a laugh. Someone laugh with me. That was funny. Boy, was that funny. Look at that little squirrel. Squirrel's looking for a lawsuit. Right? The squirrel's looking for a lawsuit. He goes and climbs back under. What was he thinking, Kim? I didn't know squirrel were drama queens. I didn't know that. What was he thinking? The cutest little animal. What was it doing in the house in the first place? Okay, you never have to buy acorn again. Yes, I'm suing for 4,000 acorns. Okay, his lawsuit, he was nuts. You guys, stop it. I need you guys to write my comedy act. I'm going to do a stand-up comedy next week, but you guys have to write it. Gosh darn it. First time, Nipper, you watched that one already? I watched it over and over too. I can't believe this squirrel is so darn cute. Okay, it's as cute as you guys. Are you signed up for Secret Santa re-gift away? What's it called? Secret Santa re-gift away. Nipper, just vaguely, how many people do you think are signed up so far? Just give me a general idea. 4? How many do we have signed up so far, Niffy? 3? How can you have 3? Who's the third person? It has to be an even number, doesn't it? Doesn't it have to be an even number? I'm just thinking about that. What if it's an odd number? 16's pretty good. Good job, Neff. Look at all the work it's doing. What happens if it's an odd number? I never thought of that. We actually did have 2 or 3 people write to us and say, hey, I don't want anything, but if there's somebody out there that can't give something away, I'd like to send them something. Excuse me. Excuse me. Which brings me to this point. If you're feeling like, hey, I can't really participate because I don't have anything to give away something, BS. Put your name in anyways. Tell Nippy, hey, I'm a receiver. And we have people that just want to send. So we would love to have receivers too. Does that make sense? Give me 5 people that get it. You could be a receiver, you could be a sender, or you could be a double up. Does that make sense? Receiver, senders, and double ups. All right? You could be either one. You could be any one of those 3. Just let Niffy know when you reach out to her. Okay? And it just makes her job more complicated, but she can handle it. So the more people that can be involved, isn't there a saying, the more the merrier? Ho, ho, ho. Okay. J.W. Owen, get out of there. Okay, I know the mods are working today, aren't they, Corey? They're they're like they're shooting that stuff down. Okay, so that's the deal. Get your names and numbers in, or name and address into Niffy, and if you can't reach her, you can email me, and I have her email address, and I'll give it to you. Okay. All right, HB. You can find her, and if you can't, write to me, and I'll send you her email address. Okay? We just don't want to post it here. Not cool. I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys. Friday the 13th. I never make a big deal out of Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. I don't even watch those movies. Pops avoids scary movies. Quote unquote. I don't need to see a slasher. I know a lot of people like them and like, oh, and I'm not, there's no judgment here. It's okay, entertaining, whatever you find. It's like I don't like doing roller coasters either. I don't find them entertaining. I'm not going to be entertained because my stomach's up here. Okay? It's just not working for me. But there's a lot of people standing in line, so it works for people. Okay? People go to see Friday the 13th movies, slasher movies all the time. They actually pay money. You guys are paying ticket money to go watch that stuff. Chucky. You go watch Chucky chase someone around the house, you pay $20 for that. But that's okay. KFC guy. If KFC's bugging too many people, just put a block on them. Okay? But boy, Herbie, you guys are working this morning. People must be getting their Christmas vacation. That could be it right there. Good morning to equines. That means 2 horses. Friday the 13th. Give me 5 people that would just, yeah, I know. Just tell us a little more about Friday the 13th. Give me 5 people that would say a little more about Friday the 13th. Good morning, Jaybird from Texas. It's a coordinated attack? Is that what it is, Herbie? You guys have the incoming, though. You guys are like shooting the scuds down. Scuds down. Herbie, you're killing it. So's Derek Anderson, right? Good job, you guys. Friday the 13th. We'll just read the Iron Dome. That's a good one. Okay. I'm just going to read a couple of things. I don't even understood where Friday the 13th stuff came from. It's considered an unlucky day in Western superstition. It occurs when the 13th day of the month falls on a Friday. It happens at least once every year, but it can occur up to 3 times per year. I didn't know that. It can happen up to 3 times. For a month to have a Friday the 13th, the first must be a Sunday. Mathematically, that makes sense. Okay? What's the history of it? What's the history? One source mentioned the unlucky reputation of the number 13th is Norse myth. It's coming from the Norse myth, where there were 12 gods having a dinner party in Valhalla. Sounds like the Last Supper. The trickster god Loki, who was not invited, arrived as the 13th guest. All kinds of nonsense happened as a result of that. Balder dies, triggering much suffering in the world, which caused the number 13 to be considered unlucky. Old Loki, L-O-K-I, Loki did it. Wait a minute. We have another option. We have another option. Christians. The superstition relates to various things like the story of Jesus' Last Supper. It was 12 people there, and then the 13th person was represented by, wait for it, Judas Iscariot on a Friday. 13, Friday, all bad. Knights Templar, we're moving forward in time. Maybe it wasn't any of those. Maybe it was something else. How about this? In some cite the arrest of the Knight Templars on Friday the 13th, October the 13th, by officers of King Philip of France as the origin of the 13th superstition. But the origin remains murky. I like that word, murky. Okay, so check that out. We've got all kinds of different reasons. The funniest part about it is it didn't even become a big deal until the 19th century. 19th century is when they started even stressing about the silly superstition. There are ties to it in Hispanic and Greek culture. Friday the 13th. The Italians take it to another thing. They worry about Friday the 17th. Friday the 17th in Italy. So, there's all kinds of stuff going on around Friday the 13th. I could read this for the rest of the day. But it's, bottom line, we really don't know where it came from. And it's very interesting because you can watch anthropology and sociology if you just study the history of Friday the 13th. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. Pretty interesting, too, in my opinion, which is not worth a whole heck of a lot. It's just an opinion. So let's get out of here, dude. How do I get rid of that? Sorry about this, you guys. I'm having a technical difficulty over here. There we go. I think I fixed it. Okay, I fixed it. Thank you. Woo! Okay, I got lost. But I was exercising patience. No, you guys were. You guys were exercising patience, learning the skill of patience as I sat over here. And it must have been the 13th. I was on a split page, Matthew, where two pages were on one page, and I didn't know how to get out of it. So, but I figured it out. Good job, pups. Well, I wanted to share something else with you guys. Where is it? Oh, rando facto. I don't know if this is true or not. Somebody needs to look this up. Is this true? Is this true? Please help me by looking it up, okay? If you shave a zebra, is it black underneath? If you shave a zebra, Kim, that's funny. If you shave a zebra, is it black underneath or is it white? I heard somewhere that it was black underneath. Which is that true? Susan, I'm not quite sure, Pops. I haven't tried it yet. Somebody do a Google on that. Google that up. What is it underneath? Vegas says it's striped underneath. We shave it. You're like a bald Zebra, what color are you? Baldy, what color are you? You're polka dotted. You're polka dotted? Katie says you're black. You're mostly black. Evo looked it up. Justin looked it up. Isn't that weird? I never would have thought of that. That's kind of cool weird. It's cool weird. Really? I would have said polka dotted. No. I would have just assumed pinky. Pinky be, I would have figured pinkishness-ish. But no. Shave it. And also zebras, each one's print is unique and to itself. It's like our fingerprint. Every zebra has its own print. That's interesting. Let me ask you guys a quick question, guessing. Do a guess. In the last 25 years, what's the most popular dog in the United States? In the last 25 years. Breed. Dog breed. Dog breed. What do you think the most popular dog breed in the last 25 years in the United States is? Someone said golden retriever. German shepherd, a chihuahua, golden retriever. A Labrador, Kimberly says. Any other guesses? Toy poodles and snickerdoodles. And black labs and chihuahuas. Nice, Joe. Good morning, Joe. Pitbull French bulldog. A kaha-la-la-la-la-la. What, Katie? What is that? Goldens. What do you think it is? In the last 25 years, American Pits. They're actually called Staffordshire Terriers, right? I used to have one. Teacup. The answer is a Labrador Retriever. Kimberly Golden. Labrador Retriever. Labrador Retriever. Let me ask you guys another quick question. This is just question time. We're going to be doing giveaways later. Just see how close you can get to the right one. Okay? You ready? How about this one? Who's the richest fictional character? Richest fictional character. Who do you think? I know, Nippy, I love dogs. Who's the richest? Dogs love Pops, too. I'm like, the scariest dog, I could walk up to it. The richest. We have Richie Rich, we have Scrooge McDuck, Scrooge McDuck, Mr. Scrooge how's everybody saying Scrooge McDuck? What? Richie Rich, Ducky Duck, McDuck, Scroogey, Daddy Warbucks. You guys are pretty darn smart at this. It's Scroogey. It's Bill Teeth, the Monopoly guy. I guess Monopoly guy, imagine how many games are out there with all his money in it. It's Scroogey McDuck. How did you guys know that? I wouldn't have guessed that in 1,000 fictional characters. According to a study done by Forbes magazine, Scrooge McDuck is the richest fictional character, theoretically worth $65.4 billion. That's nothing compared to the rich guys out there today. Scroogey was worth $65.4 billion. Don't ask me how they figured this out. Don't even ask. But then let's throw the next guy in. Who would be second place? All you smarty pantses knew first place. Who's second? According to this Forbes list, and they did all the research, who's number two? Number two on this fictional character Richie Rich list. See, you guys knew number one. Everyone's, Scrooge McDuck. Who's number two? Who's number two? Yeah, Jermaine. See what I'm saying? Yeah. No, George Jetson just knew how to fly little machines. No. Who's number two? Yeah, you guys are all wondering. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't Google this one, you'll never guess it. If you don't Google this, okay, Marky, got it. Thank you. If you don't Google this one, you're never going to get it. I'll just go ahead and tell you then. Number 2 on the list, wait for it. Wait for it. You're never going to guess it. Number 2 on the list. The dragon from The Hobbit, Smaug, is the second richest fictional character. The dragon from The Hobbit with his piles and piles and piles of gold. It's estimated he had hoarded gold and other kinds of treasures worth $54.1 billion. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, guys. I read that one. I'm going, no one's ever going to get that one. We all know Scrooge. We all know Scroogey McScrooger, but nobody knew the dragon. Not one of you. Okay? That's a lot of money for a dragon. 40. The word 40. F-O-R-T-Y. 40. 40 is the only number whose letters are arranged alphabetically in order when spelled correctly. 40. Good morning, Streety. 40. The only number whose letters are already in alphabetical order when spelled correctly. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. Let's do the other one. 1 is the only number whose letters are in reverse alphabetical order. E and O. Interest. O and E. E and O. That's pretty interesting. How about this one? How about this one? You guys have been noticing, it's weird. What's going on in New Jersey? 1 is a very lonely number, but it's not when there's 2 ones. So it's really not lonely, is it? It's just looking for another 1. Are you guys checking out what's happening in New Jersey? Is it aliens? Is it aliens? Is it civilians playing around? What is it? Just very quickly, it's Chinese? It's the same guys that were running the weather balloons? What is it? Seriously, why aren't they telling us? Because supposedly, somebody knows now. They briefed the Senate Intelligence Committee, but they're all sworn to secrecy. They can't tell us what they told them. But what they did tell us is it's not a threat. What's going on? I guess we'll figure it out. It'll all come out sooner or later, right? So I'm not going to get stressed about it, especially because I don't live in New Jersey. But what the heck? It's weird. Yeah, they go, we don't know what it is, but we know it's not a threat. You can't say that. That's like, it's impossible to say that. You know what it is. It's distractions, is that right? Distract us from what, Derek? How hungry we can be? How messed up we are? Evil, how could they know it's not a threat if they can't tell us what it is? Anyways, I'm not conspiracy guy on the show. That's not me at all. But it is kind of freaking me out. Not freaking me out, but I'm watching it and go, just tell us what's going on. Knock it off. Whatever it is what it is. Okay? And there's no way in the world that they don't have some information about that. And that's all radar. They can track it, everything. Okay, so having said that, Scottish guys. No, Irish guy. There's an Irish sheep farmer. He's taken the whole idea of a drone to another level. This guy's brilliant. This was way before New Jersey. Okay, Paul Brennan in Ireland. He's an Irish sheep farmer. He uses his radio-controlled quadcopter to look after his sheep. The sheep get scared and run in the opposite direction when they hear the approaching buzzing drone. Brennan uses this to direct his herd from one field to the next, or wherever he wants the sheep to go. Brennan hasn't left his thatched cottage in 4 years. He just sits in there with tea and Guinness, and he just runs his radio control looking out the window. I got to move the sheep from that pasture to that pasture. Oh, there's a loose one. Let me chase it. Wow. Not bad. Not bad. I picture it. Okay. Can you imagine that? You just drone. It's a new breed of shepherd. Okay. So I'm thinking, is that possibly what's happening in New Jersey? Good morning, Penny. And I'm going to finish up with this one final rando facto. Okay? Final rando facto. Don't Google. No Google, no Google, no Google. No Google, no Google, no Google. Okay? I want you guys to figure this one out on your own, or you already knew. No Google, no Google, no Google. Promise. You ready? I never knew this one before. What does the Q? What does the Q in Q-tip stand for? Swab. Q in Q-tip. Satter Wolf, you've been a brainiac this morning. Satter Wolf got it already, you guys. Go look at what Satter said. Go look at what Satter said. It means quality. Quality tip? Yeah, it's a quality tip. They were first called, wait for this. Later, the name was amended a little bit. But a Q-tip, Saturn's all over it. At first, they were called, wait for it, Q-tip baby gaze. Q-tip baby gaze. Like happy, they make the baby happy. They drop the baby gaze. Yeah, I can see why. Okay. No. G-A-Y-S. Okay, Harvey. Woo, woo, woo. Should have kept it. Oh, baby gaze. Summer, don't ever forget that when you're wiping the baby's ear out next time, that you're actually making it feel very good. Okay? Baby gaze. Oh, okay. And that's only putting it in the ear. Wait, Pops, that was wrong. Okay. Yeah, back in the day when gay meant happy. Okay. Extracts. Let's talk about extracts for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to get back to patience. Okay. Baby gays. What the heck? Those innocent times. Okay. We were more innocent then. Okay, have a gay old time. People walking around with Q-tips. We're having a ball. Okay. Tinctures. How about tinctures? We're going to talk about doing a triple extract tincture. We're just going to read this very neat. Tinctures, the reason I'm bringing up tinctures today is because they take patience. They're not hard to do. It just takes patience. You just got to let them percolate. Okay? Triple extracts. This potent extraction method. Hey, Vegas, did you do your giveaway? Vegas is going to be doing a giveaway. Oh, that's neat, Katie. Vegas is going to be doing a giveaway, and then if you guys stick around, I want to do scale games. We're going to do scale games today. Okay? But let's read this real quick. Okay. This potent extraction method can be performed on the fruit body or the mycelium of any medicinal fungus. You can use your colonized mycelium before you've fruited it, especially if it's in like grain spawn and very colonized grain spawn. You can use it from there. You don't have to take it all the way to fruit. Okay? First, the fungal matter is soaked in cold water to extract water-soluble enzymes and sugars. We usually do that with ice. We'll put it in a big container filled with ice, put your medicinal property in there, put some water in, and let that soak for at least 24 hours, refrigerated too. We don't care that the ice isn't melting completely, but that really cold ice and water are pulling the soluble enzymes and sugars out. Then the tissue is filtered out, and that the leftover is placed in a high-strength alcohol for 6 or more weeks to obtain the terpenes, sterols, polypeptides, amino acids, and other non-water soluble compounds. An alcohol extract such as this is known as a tincture. Finally, the mushroom pieces are removed from the alcohol and simmered in hot water to make a concentrated tea that pulls out the rest of the beta-glucans and polysaccharide protein complexes. Once each extraction has been made, all three are combined to make a full spectrum extract that is shelf stable for at least 1 year. You need to make sure that you store it in a dark container that won't allow UV rays. Each extract can also be made in isolation for more targeted therapies. So you didn't need to mix all three of these ways. You could have used one of each of these types of tinctures for different therapies. Though alcohol is needed for long-term storage to eliminate the chance of the water-based extracts fermenting or denaturing. So if you're just doing blue ice extract, it'll last about 2 to 3 weeks in your refrigerator, and then it's starting to lose its potency. So if you'll take that and then combine it with your alcohol, you're adding about a year's worth of shelf life to it, okay? If you are seeking to target a specific illness, I suggest doing some research to determine which extraction method is the most effective for the given malady. However, for less targeted therapies, the following is a highly effective protocol for making potent full-spectrum tonics with wild harvested or homegrown fungi. This process works for mushrooms, myceliated substrates, and the pure mycelium derived from liquid culture broths. There's going to be 3 different types we're going to discuss. We're going to get onto this next week. I want to introduce you to the idea of tinctures, and then next week we're going to discuss the 3 different types of there's even more, but a distinct 3 type. One is called the cold soak, okay? And that's going to be basically your blue ice, like Stamets taught you. Then there's going to be the tincture. There's a cold soak. There's the tincture, which is going to include the alcohol. And then there's the decoction. And the decoction, it will include taking our tincture in our process and using a double boiler and we're going to concentrate it even more into a decoction. So next week, I'm rushing forward because I don't want to lose time for playing our scale games today, okay? But next week, we're going to talk about cold soak, making the tincture, the exact recipe, and decoctions. So that'll give us a lot to discuss next week. Yay! Okay, and actually, if you do, Greenie, if you get yourself some fruit or even grain spawn, starting with just, if you've got some good grain spawn colonizing, don't put it to fruit yet, hold on to it, and we'll figure out how to turn it into tinctures, cold soaks, or decoctions, okay? And if you've got Enigma, Mr. Phillips, that's a great one to make tinctures out of. Super strong, super strong. Okay, we had been talking about patience. We had been asking ourselves, is it a skill or is it a virtue? We decided that it's both. But we like to understand it more as a skill because it gives us something to practice. Am I right? It gives us something to practice. And the more we practice, the better we get at something. Just the nature of anything that we try to do. And it includes our ability to be patient. Mushrooms taught me that. I had to learn more patience to grow better mushrooms. And it turned me into a nicer person. I still need to get nicer. But, yeah. Patience is something that I need to continue to practice. I need to continue to hone my patience skill. So I'm going to share some of this with you guys. Patience will make you a physically healthier person. Patience will make you, that's right, Herbs, a more physically healthy person. Stress and anger are frequently the result of being impatient, and they are linked to numerous physical stress-based illnesses. Some examples include hypertension, high cholesterol, ulcers, heart disease, and strokes. Research has shown that people who rate higher on patience have lower overall stress levels, and they have less physical illnesses connected to stress. Practice patience. We're helping ourselves be healthier. Patience helps you develop a healthier attitude. A lack of patience often results in being unhappy, irritable, focusing on the negative, and eventually believing that nothing ever seems to go your way. Patience improves your ability to accept life's setbacks and enjoy life more. There is a saying, good things come to those who wait. Patience allows you to persevere and make more productive decisions, often leading to greater success. Did I hear that somebody won here? Satter Wolf won? And let me know what's going on with that prize from Lake Ozark Guy, and we'll just let me know when it's all figured out. I have patience. Patience transforms relationships. Do you believe that? Give me 5 people that agree to that. I know it's true. My best relationships, I'm completely patient with the person. I'm so patient. It's like whatever happens is going to happen when it happens, and I'm just going to be happy when it does. Patience. If we really want a good relationships, we have to really start incorporating patience, because people don't always go our speed. They don't think our speed. They don't create our speed. Everybody works at different speeds. Everybody comes from different backgrounds and different places and different conglomerate of experiences. And if we're patient with that, it'll transform relationships. It can help you avoid becoming irritated, defensive, and even saying hurtful things. When you're patient, You're more impeccable. You're less likely to say hurtful things. Patience can slow you down and stop you from making hasty, selfish decisions. It helps us develop the crucial relationships that include empathy. Empathy, the ability to understand life from somebody else's perspective. That comes from our patience skill. When you're impatient, you're focused inward. You're focused on yourself. You're not focused on what you're receiving. On the other hand, when you are patient, you're focused outward. You're able to think and you're able to choose with care. And you're able to have compassion for other people. Patience is a skill that can be learned and practiced. And it's a result of choosing to empathize thinking over your own feeling. Here's some suggestions for developing our patience. Slow down. Whoa, Pops, that's a good one. Slow down. Take the time to smell the roses. Very practically, you can also start paying attention to your breathing. That's what the whole meditation process is. Slowing us down. Learning a muscle relaxation. Oh, that's a big one. Put your phone down for a while. I've been doing that lately. The whole afternoon, I don't even look at it anymore. Just put it away. If I look at it, IG's just going to have me just take another page. So, slow down. Create time for yourself. Create those little hobbies, those things that'll help develop your patience. A little gardening for yourself. Fishing is a patient form of spending time. The whole modeling thing. I look for ways to incorporate patience into my lifestyle. And then, of course, you got to work on your patience when you're growing like mushrooms. Nothing happens overnight. Thank goodness. If it did, I'd be going so fast, I'd be a rocket ship. Time out. Especially take time out when you're right in the middle of a difficulty. Don't be impulsive about how you're going to act at that. That's the time to really experience your patience. Take a minute. Take a breath before you make that decision. It's called pause in action. PIA. Pause. Pause before you make that jump. I saw the coolest. This is so cool. Where is it? Wait. This is so funny. Wait for it. Anybody ever done this before? What's it say? Sometimes I read a text and I think, what a psycho. Then I press send. Maybe I should have paused in action on that one. Ever been that guy? I haven't done that in a long time. I used to. It's like I used to do a little bit more. I don't do that too much anymore because I like to pause in action. I don't even type it down so I could accidentally push send anymore. But we've done that. I think, what a psycho. And then I push send. Patience. It's a choice. Every time you're in a situation, you can choose to be patient or you can choose to be impatient. It's the most amazing skill because you get to choose it. The more you choose it, the better you'll get at it. It takes self-talk. You have to tell yourself, I'm going to relax. You have to just say, be patient to yourself. The final part of patience, and this is the part that I couldn't do when I was 30 years old. I couldn't do it when I was 40. I couldn't do it when I was 50. I finally decided to start trying to do it when I was 60 because I saw the word completely different. Up until then, this word meant that I wasn't as strong a man as I could be. Pride, all kinds of other stuff got in the way of this concept. I misunderstood the concept. Surrender. What? I don't surrender. I don't quit. Lean green fighting machine. We don't give up till we're dead. Hold on to that with some of our illnesses. But that isn't what surrender is. Surrender isn't put your arms up and the POWs, now you're going to be in a prisoner of war camp. That is not surrender. Surrender is acceptance. Boom. 60 years old and I finally could put it together. I stopped using the word surrender because I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like the connotations that I have to old programs. I refuse to surrender, but I don't refuse to accept. I can do acceptance. So this is where you do neuro-linguistic programming, where you tweak a word that can mean the exact same thing, but one has a more positive connotation for me. Acceptance. There is more in our life that we can't control than we can control. Some of the only things that we can truly control, truly, I can't even control the growth in my mushrooms. I could show up tomorrow morning and they're going to be all green. The only thing I can control, truly control, is my thoughts and my actions. Those are the two things on the planet Earth that I have control over. Nothing else. That's humiliating. That's humbling. That puts me in a good headspace. I'm not in control of anything else. Two things. What I think and what my actions are. So one of my thoughts is, I don't like the word surrender. I like acceptance. I'll use the word acceptance. Thinking and acting. Stress, worry, impatience, they're often results of trying to manage or control something that we're completely powerless over. Bunch of goofballs. I'm going to go eat a ball of stress right now. How come? Well, because I'm going to worry about something I can't control. Like what? Well, the mail isn't here yet. Okay. Eat a bowl of stress then. St. Augustine once said, patience is the companion of wisdom. Patience is the companion of wisdom. Isn't that neat? It's a wise person who sees the big picture, who recognizes that he is not God, and who recognizes that he's not the most important person in the world. He's also wise to develop the skill of patience. It'll actually garner the respect of others, besides respecting yourself. And at the bottom line of it is, it's going to make your life more enjoyable. Start today choosing to develop more patience. But be patient with yourself. You're not going to be perfectly patient today, but you'll be practicing. You know how proud of yourself you are when you practice your skills? I get really proud of myself, and then I have to tell someone. I got to share it with somebody. Take a picture, send it. When you're practicing, you're proud of yourself. That's called self-love. Be kind to yourself. Don't become impatient as you learn the skill of patience. I'm going to read one more thing about our reading for today, and then we're going to do our boy, those are all good things for me to remember on a day-to-day basis. Oh, I'm going to read this one thing. You guys know how Pops just loves to find metaphorical examples in nature. I found this one. This one is really cool. Okay? Anybody know anything about the Nautilus? The chambered Nautilus? What the heck's a chambered Nautilus, Pops? Chambered Nautilus, he's going to be an example in nature for us. Should I explain how? And then we'll do our scale game. That's correct, Sandom. It's a deep sea creature, right? How about this? A chambered Nautilus. That's our guy right there. There's chambered. This is him right here. Here's his shell. Here's a cross section of his shell. Here's one of the chambers that he's living in. And then here's previous chambers that he had lived in. And he's developing his chambers, and as he outgrows one chamber, he grows into another. The chambered Nautilus. It's a shell made up of separate chambers. The Nautilus adjusts the amount of liquid and gas in its shell to control its buoyancy. The buoyancy of the Nautilus is how it floats in the ocean. He controls all of the gases and airs in here and decides where he's going to, I'm afloat and I'm going to go this high. He controls all his buoyancies. When the Nautilus's shell chamber is filled with water, it'll go all the way down, and then he'll slowly remove some of the water at a time, depending on where he wants to buoy himself in the water. I'm already blown away. Nature. I'm already like freaking out. The chambered Nautilus. They're out there floating around out there right now doing their thing, and we're in here talking about other stuff. And they're out there floating around. They're all deciding, boop, 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 or we're going to float around. And how do they know? I have been born again and again and again and again and again. I have found something to love. Chambered Nautilus. Looks like he was born again and again and again and again. And again, every one of those chambers is a new birth for fella. Our ability to find something to love and to love again for the first time depends greatly on how we resolve and integrate where we've been before. A great model for us exists in the chambered Nautilus, an exquisite shell creature that lives along the ocean floor. The Nautilus is a deep sea form of life that inches like a soft man in a hard shell, finding his prayers along the bottom. Over time, it builds a spiral shell, but he always lives in the newest chamber. The other chambers, they say, contain a gas or liquid that help the Nautilus control its buoyancy. Even here, a mute lesson in how to use the past. Live in the most recent chamber and use the others to stay afloat. Woo, that's cool. We live in our most recent chamber, but nothing's wrong with the past ones. We're using those to stay afloat. Can we in this way build strong chambers for our traumas? Not living there, but breaking our past down till it's fluid enough to lose most of its weight. Goodbye, trauma. You're just a past chamber. Now we'll just use it to help elevate us. Can we internalize where we've been enough to know that we no longer live there? When we can, life will seem lighter, buoyant. It is not by accident that the Nautilus turns its slow digestion of the bottom into a body that can float. It tells us that only time can put the past in perspective, patience, and only wait when the past is behind us and not before us can we be open enough and empty enough to truly feel our new chamber. Only by living in the freshest chamber of the heart can we love again and again and again for the first time. Man, let's give it to the Nautilus. Thank you for that example, chambered Nautilus. I'm going to live in my most recent chamber. And I don't regret any of my past ones. They've all helping make me as buoyant as I am today. I couldn't even stir around. I don't want to be missing a chamber. Give me my chamber back, okay? And those of us that have regrets, it's just a past chamber. It's helping keep us buoyant. And if we're living in our current chamber, what more can we ask? Let's do some giveaways, right? Let's do that. Okay, here's how we're gonna do it. This is gonna take an honor system situational. All right? Watch this. Watch what we're gonna do. Watch what we're gonna do here, all right? Let's see, how are we gonna play it? We'll play it like this. All right. I got two piles here. It's pile A. Pile B. Pile A. Pile B. Guess which pile weighs more in grams? A or B, you can only guess once. Which pile weighs more, A or B? And this is going to separate half of us from the group. A or B, which is heavier in grams? I'm going to weigh them now. Okay. So get your answers in. A or B. Okay? A or B. All right. I'm going to kill it now. A or B. We got a lot of A's and we got a lot of B's. Okay? So only you know what you answered, and only the people that had the correct answer can move forward. Okay? First, Group A. Group A. Group B. Oh, significant difference. Group B. Okay. Group B people only. Group B people only. Pacers, you bet, believe. Group B people only. Okay? Group B only. This is number one. This is number two. Number one, number two, number 1, number 2. Which weighs more? Group B only. If you answer Group A, wait, you'll have another chance for another giveaway. 1 or 2, Group B only. And we're on the honor system. Which weighs more, 1 or 2? Okay? Let me weigh them. All right. 1 or 2? All right. You guys ready? Here goes the answers. Number 1. It's a pretty nice sized fruit. Number 2. So those that said number 1, only those that said number 1. B first, and then number 1. B first, and then the number 1. We're going to do this again. So if you didn't get a chance to win this time, don't worry. You still have one more chance. A couple more chances. Here we go. Let me get this right. Okay. B's and number 1s. Okay, that's the only ones you can have, and I was watching. I have a pretty good idea of who said B and who said 1. Now, B's and 1s. Guess a number between 1 and, let me see, 1 and, 15, and you can only guess once. One number, one time, between 1 and 15. 1. Between 1 and 15. HB is the first person to get it correct on my screen. It was a 12. It's a 12 in the chute. HB, I can show you the first number on my thing between the chutes was this 12 right here. That was the first one between 1 and 15. HB, I'm going to be sending you the big one. HB, I'm sending you the big one out of your group. Now, same people. B's and 1s. Give me a number between 20 and 30. 20 and 30, go. 20 and 30. One time, one number. One time, one number. Between 20 and 30. Mike Barabal. Mikey, you have just won the second one. Mike, you've won this one. Mike Barabal. Mike got it correct. Mike B. I'm putting these to the side and I'm actually labeling them. Okay, so we got an HB, we got a Mike B. Okay? Let's do another giveaway. This one is for everybody. This one's for everybody. Okay? This one's for everybody. I've got these two. They're different fruits. They're different than the last ones you saw. These two put together. How much do they weigh by gram? And who can come closest without going over? Whoever comes closest without going over wins both. You can guess one time. One time. Closest without going over. Boy, we have two that just went over. Just went over. 3 just went over. You dirty rats. Closest without going over, both of them. Both of them together. And you have to weigh it by gram. You can only answer one time. Only answer one time. Closest without going over. But we have 3 or 4 people that are so close, it's an eyelash over. Okay? You got to bring it in an eyelash under. I don't know. I might have to make an exception. I don't know. Okay. What do we see? I don't see anybody really even close. Oh, you guys are playing games with me. Oh, you guys are playing games with me. Oh, jeez. Okay, it's, I don't know what to do right now. Okay, oh, jeez, what am I going to do? I should just give it to him. It's an eyelash over. Okay, there's 2 that are super eyelashed up. I'm going to just give it to him. Okay, there's 2. There was a 5.25s. There was 5.25s. Then there was a 5.24. And then there was a 5.24. Oh, my goodness. Let's just go with the 5.24s. Corey and Sue Littlemeyer. They both tied. 5.24. 5.24. All right, Corey and Sue Littlemeyer. Should I send you each one? Should I send each of you one? What do you think? You were both a touch over. And then there was, should I send you both one? What do you think? Should I send Corey half? B. Hendricks, send them both an ounce, Pops. Okay. Okay. Sue's saying Corey can have hers. Wow, Sue. Seriously? Corey D gave stuff away last week or a couple of weeks ago. So that's the way it happens. Okay? Okay. No, Corey. I'm letting you guys win that one. Okay. I guess what I'm going to do. I want Sue's number. I want Sue and I want Corey to both send me their address. And I'll go get a couple more and add it to theirs. They're both going to get 2 each. So Corey D and Sue Littlemeyer, I expect your addresses. Okay? So Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. That'll work for today. And I didn't see, I'm so sorry. I didn't see Vegas. Who won? What was the final outcome on Vegas's? You're welcome, Corey D. What was the final outcome? Oh, I know, Katie, you were super close. What was the final outcome from Vegas's giveaway? I need to keep track of that. Satterwolf won that. Is that right? What was the final outcome? Satterwolf. Okay. Satter, I'll expect an address from you as well. So that's 5 people today I'll get addresses from. HB, Mike B, Corey D, Sue, and Satterwolf. Okay? Now, Satterwolf saying give it to J.W. Owen. Okay, Sats? I'll give it to J.W. Owen if he sends me his address. Either way, I expect an address from somebody out there. All right? I love you guys. Go have a wonderful weekend. We're going to be next week, Tuesday, be a week away from Christmas. I'm going to have a stack of pop boxes next week. Okay? And they're going to be stuff that I'm going to be offering for you guys to offer for Christmas presents to friends and neighbors. Anyways, see you guys next week. Practice patience this weekend. It'll help build your self-worth, your self-image, your impeccability, your stop and think. Don't take action until you really consider things. It'll really help develop relationships. Can you imagine if you're not a very patient person, and you know, and even the people that know you, they know. And then all of a sudden you're starting to be more patient. And all of a sudden, you're like, you don't fly off the handle guy. And all of a sudden you're not angry at easily guy. And people around you start going, man, this guy's changing. I want some of what he has. And then you turn into a leader. You start leading people. And you start being something worth something. Start being an example. Start showing your kids what love looks like. not what it's supposed to do. What I say. Show them by example. Be a leader. Leaders have a lot of patience because they might have to teach a lesson 3 and 4 and 5 times. No, people aren't going to get it the first time all the time. Be patient. And you can just be an amazing example in your own home and a transforming example. I am. My sisters don't even know who I am anymore. They're like, you used to get angry. You can't really get... It's going to be tougher for me to get angry now because I'm practicing. Practice. We'll get better. Go have a great weekend, you guys. Thanks for listening to me. And thanks for being my friend and being here every day. You guys are just incredibly regular here. And it makes it so easy to be here for me. Cleany and Shy and HB and Sue Littlemeyer and Shy and Four Leaf and Short Videos. You have a great weekend. Bubblegum, you're a great guy. Cleany and Mike and Joe D's and Sanum. Nice to have you here. Dando, love you. Satter and Dee Osama and Katie. There's my Kate. And B. Hendricks and Niffer. Have a beautiful weekend. Thanks for helping us. J.W. Owen and Sue Littlemeyer and Shy and Four Leaf and Niffy. Thank you. And Melody Dawn and Joe D's and Bud and Skylo and Melody and Vagues. Thanks for being here, Vaggie. Summer Wheat and the Daily Dab and Mushmouth, thank you. And Justin and Jolie, hi Joe. And D. Anderson and Cleany and Joe D's. Short and Trenty and Jeremy T. and Pacers and Satter and Skylo. You defeat laziness by getting up and doing it. Boop. Just do what you say you're going to do. Mr. Phillips, Katie, Classic Blaster. Okay. Green Table, Justin White, thank you, Nippy, Cat Meow, Zilla, B. Hendricks, Michael Shanti, Billy D, Melody Dawn, Cadrian Palmer, hello Cadrian, Mike and HB and Corey D. Love it when you're here, Nipper and Sanum and Jolie and Low Ray. Lowered eyes. Thank you for adding Herbie and Bubblegum and Mary Michael and Bubblegum and Ronnie and Niffer and Glassic Blaster. It's tough to say. Definitely. And Niffer and Cadrian. I'm great. And I'm glad you're here in Pops and Peace. Practice being impeccable. Practice not taking things personal. Practice not having expectations, and practice doing your best. Be patient with yourself.